Today on ETalk, we find out which Disney stars have made it big in Hollywood, tell you the spring show premieres to be on the lookout for, and have a special guest from WSOE Radio. All that and more coming up. Hey ETalkers, thanks for tuning in to this episode of ETalk. I'm Matt, here with Taylor, Kristen, and Carmencita. Let's jump right into the hot topics for the night.
Okay guys, do you know J-Lo and A-Rod scandal?
I do.
Yes, I do. This is big news.
Yeah.
So
I know.
what do you got
like,
for us?
It has been like so bad. So you guys basically know like what happened, like with the tweet of like Alex Fonseca, like his ex-brother-in-law and everything, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So basically right now, J-Lo finally like spoke up about everything. So she tweeted saying, "It doesn't matter. I know who I am, and I know who he is, and I believe in him."
Talking about the cheating scandal, right? Yeah.
What do you guys think about that?
I honestly think she didn't have to say anything. Like, it's her personal life. If she didn't want to respond to like a cheating scandal about her fiance, like she doesn't have
Right,
to.
and they're like such a famous couple that have been around for years. Like they're long going, and this just seems so out of the blue. And I personally think it's just like a whole publicity stunt. Like we've seen this with other famous
I think
couples.
so. Like social media right now, like it can get really intense, and your relationships can get ruined like this. So
I feel like it might be like a Beyonce Jay-Z situation where there was the whole scandal, but then Beyonce was like, you know what, I love him, and if this happens again, then we're done. But J-Lo handles it very respectfully.
So are you saying that J-Lo's coming out with an album as good as Lemonade after the cheating
hope
scandal?
so.
She did just drop that song.
She did drop a song. Something's coming.
So,
Probably.
I don't know. I remember seeing them at some recent award show looking so happy together, and now to hear this, it's like really
It's
upsetting.
so sad.
it is really upsetting.
Because
like,
I
what's
want the
going
best
on.
for them.
Me too.
But
Definitely.
In other news, Camila Cabello is starring as Cinderella in a new remastered film.
No way.
This is
Another
like
one.
another one.
Okay, she's
This is like
amazing.
the 100th Cinderella though. Like, is it necessary to have another
Well,
one?
I heard this one is more music-based, which I think would be good for her since she's never had an acting role before.
Right.
So I think it will be a little bit different, which I'm excited for.
It's also going to be like the first Latin American Cinderella.
Yeah, that's huge.
Which is big.
Latino world.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, like I know she's gonna be like singing most of the songs, which is actually really cool.
Oh yeah.
Do we have
I'm just
any-
nervous because I
beautiful.
don't know what her acting is like. You know,
I know.
singing and acting are like two completely different
But
things.
she was really good in her Havana music video.
Right?
Like, that
True.
whole
She was
beginning
amazing.
part,
True.
like she really turned it out for that
I have
one.
faith in her. I think she'll be great. You know.
She'll
Do
do
we
great.
have any more information about the Cinderella thing, or was it just that like
She's
got it?
she's starring it. I
She's
know
got it.
Sony's making it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see who else is cast and like
I know,
who's going to
me
be
too.
Prince
I know.
Charming.
It can't
and
just
who's
be
gonna
her.
the
There
fairy
has to be other
godmother.
famous people in it.
Yeah, like, I'm sure other singers too, other
Right.
artists. I'm
Yeah.
excited to see how that plays out too.
Yeah,
Right, me too.
definitely. Well, in other news, Pete Davidson is back on Instagram after 5 months of being offline. He deleted his Instagram after posting something that was really troubling. It was like, I don't want to be here on this earth anymore.
Right.
And that came 2 months after his broken engagement with Ariana Grande. And so his new Instagram is actually run by a video producer and also a photographer who works closely with him. So I thought that was really interesting, seeing that he's back on Instagram, but it's not really him who's posting on it. What do you guys think about this?
I'm kind of glad he's back because he was kind of bullied off of Instagram, if you ask me, or social media.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's kind of glad, even though he's not completely running it, it's kind of nice, you know?
Yeah.
I also know like his new like girlfriend.
Yes.
Kate Beckinsale, which
she's
is
also-
a lot.
Yeah,
to
she's a
unpack.
lot. But she's back in social media too because she was getting bullied in social media. So they're both back.
I know both of them are struggling with some mental health issues, so I think it's kind of important that, you know, Pete especially is taking a step back and having somebody else handle his Instagram.
But I'm also glad that he's back because I know it's been such a turbulent, I guess, year for him
Oh,
with
I
everything
bet.
going
Yeah.
on. And I'm really glad to see him back on Instagram, but also still doing SNL, still doing really well. But also that Kate Beckinsale situation, like that was just so creepy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think they were at a basketball game in New York, and
Oh my
like
God,
the
I saw
photos
those
of them,
pictures.
right?
Yeah.
The photos
Rated
of them,
R.
that was so weird. Like, why do you think he's doing that? Why do you think he's
I have no
going out
idea.
with Kate Beckinsale? Do we have any
It
ideas?
might be
He's
like
just
another
troubled.
attention thing, you know? I mean, I feel
Probably.
like they're always pulling stunts.
I'm sure he's trying to get back at Ariana for
Oh, for
definitely,
sure.
for sure.
leaving
Definitely.
him,
Really?
right? Because she's on her
Maybe
tour,
he's just
feeling
trying to
herself.
live his best life.
Yeah.
It doesn't always have to be like in spite of something. Maybe he's
That's
just
true.
living his best life.
Well, in other news, I don't know if y'all heard, but there was a star-studded wedding this weekend. Mark Jacobs just married his fiancée, Charlie DiFrancesco, a high-end candle maker, which is really interesting. This man's candle sells for $69. Like, this is no ordinary candle. But apparently, they had over 700 wedding attendees at the old Four Seasons in New York. We had drag queens there, we had celebrities there, we had other designers there. Really,
I wish I was there.
I know.
Really?
We must
I wish
have
I was
missed
invited.
the invite.
really dope ceremony.
It sounds so much better than his proposal in Chipotle.
Right. So over a year ago, we Marc Jacobs, the world-renowned designer, they had this like dating ritual thing where they go to Chipotle every week for their dates. And on one of these occasions, he popped the question, had a flash mob invade this Chipotle and cause this whole scene, which is really cool to see someone as big as Marc Jacobs propose in a
Chipotle.
Chipotle. That
I
we
love
all
that.
can
I
experience.
I'm getting engaged, getting married.
Yeah, but just a really good, wedding, really cool wedding, a lot of cool guests. I was really happy to see that in the news because I love when gay celebrities get married like that and have these cool ceremonies like this.
That's
I
so
know.
different.
I love
I've
the
never
drag
heard
queen
of
That's really
yeah.
different.
Right,
Yeah.
Manila Luzon was there, Miss Fame was there, popping bottles, sharing caviar everywhere, just really cool wedding. And then after, the ceremony was held at their Frank Lloyd Wright designed house in New York, which is crazy. I mean, what a beautiful house.
Right.
Just what a beautiful ceremony in general. Really
I know.
happy to see that.
I'm so jealous.
I know, I wish I could have been there, honestly.
Me too.
But
Oh, have you heard about not Cardi B, sorry, how Kim K wants to be a lawyer?
Wow. What?
She wants to become
That's
a
new.
lawyer.
I'm very surprised.
when did this?
It
Kanye
happened
wants to
this
be
week.
president, she
Kanye
wants to
wants to
be
be
a
president. She
lawyer.
wants to be a lawyer. So, honestly, I
They're
think it's just
dreaming
more
big.
publicity.
They're dreaming big.
Probably.
I feel like it's insulting to lawyers. Like, honestly,
It's probably just another way for her to get some more coin, honestly. But
I hope they don't have enough already.
exactly. Well, after the break, our social corner tells us about the new age of influencers. Stay tuned.
Hey y'all, welcome to Social Corner. I'm Avery here with Christina, and today we will be talking about up-and-coming influencers on social media.
Yes, so our first up-and-coming celebrity influencer is Kaya Gerber.
Okay.
And she is 17. She has 4.2 million Instagram followers, and we all know her very famous mom is Cindy Crawford. And something really unique about her is that at 16 years old, she walked her first runway with Calvin Klein. Now,
So I'm guessing Gerber, she is the original Gerber baby, only being 17 years old and being an influencer. That's how she got famous, I think.
yes. I
Okay.
mean, at age 16, I was so excited about getting my learner's permit and my braces off, not walking,
In
a
Calvin
runway
Klein. Weird. That's weird.
Yes. Our second person is Patrick
Schwarzenegger.
Yes, him.
That's a hard one.
He's definitely a cutie.
I mean, he is easy on my eyes.
Yes. He is, he's actually very famous from the start of birth. He's part of the Kennedy family.
I mean, aren't all these people?
I know.
They just
some
have one
connections.
leg up already because your dad is your dad, but he is. I
Yes.
mean, look at that. That is
Those
some eye
eyes,
candy.
it's like
That
blue
is eye
diamond
candy.
piercing.
But he's also a member of the Kennedy family.
Yes.
So
It's a big deal.
it's a huge deal.
Especially with everything that the Kennedy family has been a part of.
But he's also coming up. He's in the new Bella Thorne movie.
Yes.
Correct. Yeah.
Midnight Sun, and I heard that one was really good. I haven't been able to see it yet, but
So now I feel like these actors and actresses are now trying to start on social media to get their foot in the door before they actually act. And that's
Yes.
how people are getting to know them before they're in movies now.
especially like celebrities' children.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it these
Like
days.
our next person.
And Lily Rose Depp, Johnny Depp's daughter. I think she definitely made her career path through social media.
I truly appreciate her normal name for her to be Johnny Depp's
I know.
daughter. You would think he would come up with something crazy, but just Lily Rose. Great.
Yeah.
2
Very
flowers.
simple and everything.
Yeah.
Well, that's all the time we have for today. And now the girls in the main studio tell us about Disney Star Wars stars today. What do you guys have for us?
Thank you. So today we're going to be talking about Disney star comebacks. I'm here with Quinn and Cami. So let's start with Miley Cyrus.
Okay.
Love her.
I'm just so excited about this. So, I mean, she's kind of been developing more of a comeback, but recently, which just blew my mind. She, on Instagram, she dyed her hair.
I know, it looks so
Exactly
good.
like Hannah Montana.
Freaked out when I
So
saw that.
good.
I was like scrolling through Twitter. I was like, oh my God,
I
this is not
know.
real.
I was like, is this a sign that maybe, like, I mean, the Jonas Brothers came back with the new
Exactly.
song.
If she
I think
came
this
back,
is a sign.
I don't know what I would do. I think I would just start crying.
I know, me
It
too.
feels like my childhood is like being relived because
know.
Jonas Brothers, and then like if she comes back, like, oh my God,
I
I don't even know what I
collab
do.
again. I want them to
They
do something
should
together.
do that. I think Miley has been like slowly like becoming a
definitely.
like more of a star, but like out of the Hannah Montana phase. But I think after she married Liam
just
Hemsworth,
gonna
that's
say
when she got really just like big
I
and
feel like
people
she
were
got her life
following
back
her.
together. Like
She
she
did.
toned it down.
She got
had
married, got her
day
life
on
back
stage.
together, and now
Yeah.
she's like, I'm ready
She's
to
on
go.
top of the world again.
I know.
I love it.
I do too.
So you want to talk a little bit about Cole Sprouse?
Yes.
Let's
So
hear it.
obviously, Sweet Life on Deck literally was my favorite show ever growing
Mine
up,
too.
and so he was on that until like 2008, and then he kind of disappeared. Like, I don't know, I didn't really
both
see.
did.
Yeah.
Both of them were just kind of like gone. I was like, okay, are they coming back? And then 2016, he rolled around in Riverdale, and I was like, what? First of all, his character was like totally different than how he was on the show, like how he was on Sweet Life on Deck,
Yeah.
and Sweet Life with Zach and Cody. So I was like so shocked seeing him in Riverdale, and I loved Riverdale so much. And I guess now he's like trying to develop his photography account. He like did a shoot with Kylie Jenner and did one with Sam Smith, and he's like really
wow.
trying to
I
get into that too.
Yeah.
So I think that's so
I know,
interesting.
it's like a hidden talent.
It
I really
is.
love it.
I was like a little skeptical of him on Riverdale at first,
Yeah.
and now I'm like obsessed. Like I watch it
No, I'm
all
in
the
love
time.
with him. Like Cole
He's
Sprouse, if
so
you want to get
good.
married, let me know.
But one
would be
thing I
there.
have to say though is like I know that they're like in their late 20s, so it's so weird seeing them
Yeah,
like trying to be
yeah.
high schoolers, you know,
That
like
is
in the
true.
show.
You just don't really think about
I
it,
know.
yeah.
Okay, but seriously, what is like Dylan Sprouse up to? I
Okay,
feel like
I was thinking that. I was
I
like,
haven't
where
heard
did
at
he go?
all.
Because Cole was like, I'm gonna revive myself.
Yeah.
Like, let's go. And Dylan's just like,
I think he's just
nowhere.
living his life.
I don't know.
Like I think he's just like traveling. I don't know, like living his life, doing what like a person would do.
maybe
Well,
he'll make a reappearance.
I know, maybe. So I want to talk a little bit about Zendaya. So
Love
she
her
went
too.
from like Dancing with the Stars, and then she also was in The Greatest Showman, which I loved her in. Her and Zac
Okay, I
Efron.
love that movie. It's so good.
And now she's gonna be being in the new the new Spider-Man movie. That's appearing this summer, which I'm really excited for. She's gonna be playing Mary Jane, who's you know the love interest. So I'm
Wow.
really excited to see her in this completely different role that she's definitely
Wait,
never
yeah,
been
that'll be
you know
so
exposed
interesting.
to. So it'll be really
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, and she's just like so talented.
Yeah.
She like really has it all, and I just think like she can play each different part, and like The Greatest Showman was kind of unexpected, but
Right.
like it was just
No,
so
she was
good.
awesome in that. I loved seeing her with Zac Efron and singing, and
I
like
know.
it was just so cool seeing her in all those different
It
roles.
is.
It's
yeah.
so cool, like seeing them from like these like Disney Channel shows where that's be so like
Yeah.
pop and like happy to like these different roles.
I know,
Yeah,
it's
so
really cool. All right, well, that's all the time we have for now. Up next is Music Corner.
Hey Talkers, I'm Brianna here with Quinn, and today we'll be talking about WSOE shows. So if you don't know what WSOE is, it is our on-campus radio station. It is 89.3 on the radio. So really fun, cool opportunity there.
I think it is so cool, and I want to know a little bit more about it.
Okay, so what you want to know?
All right, so say I'm like in the car with my friends, we're jamming out. We want some like good roll down the windows music. What station am I looking for?
Okay, so shows you're gonna look for there. I'm thinking Mondays, which is a really fun show on Monday. So I mean, the name's
that.
super self-explanatory. We have The Mix, which is another really dope one. We have my show, The Wave, shameless plug here, which is super fun. So yeah, those are some good ones for that.
Okay, now I'm like so the type person, I don't know if anybody else does this, but I listen to like classical jazz music when I do my homework and studying. Weird, I know. But like what station would I want to listen to for that?
Okay, so a show, so a show you'd want to listen to for that is the Charles Petty Hour. So it comes on, I think on Mondays from like 1 to 2. Super dope. He plays like jazz, classical, all that fun stuff, and he talks about the news.
Ooh,
Yeah.
love that. And then for any of those big sports fans, people who are into, maybe they're driving to work, they can't watch what's going on in the sports world.
Right.
What do they want?
We have one-on-one sports on Wednesday nights, which is super fun. It airs from 7 to 9. So again, another fun sports show, covers all of that good stuff. And we also have the WSOE TuneIn app if you can't listen on the radio.
Next up, we have Mosley Minute.
Wonder what it's like to be a celebrity?
Well, today's question is, if you could switch lives with one celebrity for a day, who would it be and why?
I'm Carmencita.
And I'm Quinn.
And this is Mosley Minute.
Let's get started. I'm here with Sam. Sam, if you could be one celebrity for a day, who would it be and why?
I would be Jason Momoa because he's muscular, he's a beautiful man, and he's got a promising career as a DC superhero.
We love to see that.
Cameron, if you were to be any celebrity in the world for one day, who would it be and why?
That's a great question. If I could be any celebrity for one day, I would definitely be Steph Curry because he's very passionate about his faith, he's a very good leader, and he's a very big family man. And also he gets to play in the NBA, and he just has a really positive attitude about life and just seems to have fun just with every day.
We love you, Curry. Mel, if you could be one celebrity for a day, who would it be and why?
I would be Jennifer Lawrence because she gets a lot of attention and I feel like I'd really want all that.
Honestly, I love her so much. She's amazing.
She's so funny.
Arvin, if you could be one celebrity for a day, who'd it be and why?
Okay. I think I'd be John Mayer. He's my favorite guitarist and he got to work with all of his heroes.
Ooh, I love John Mayer.
That's all the time we got for you guys today, ETalkers.
Wait, Carmencita, if you could switch lives with one celebrity for a day, who would it be?
I would be Kylie Jenner and I would try her whole makeup. How about you?
Oh my god, I would definitely be Cardi B because she's Cardi B. Oh, grr, oh, grr. See you next week.
Bye.
Hey talkers, I'm Cami here with Sarah, ready to test some ice cream. So here today I have soft serve ice cream and Halo Top. They're a little melty, but it's okay. They still taste the same. But in a few minutes we're going to test them and see if you could taste a difference or what your preferences are. But first, before we do that, I'm kind of going to talk about the differences between Halo Top or any other healthy ice cream versus soft serve or like the regular ice cream. So yeah, with Halo Top or like the healthy ice creams, it's obviously a lighter ice cream, so it has more of like the skim milk, or the non-dairy flavors have almond milk in them, which I prefer. I'm non-dairy, and it's healthier. And like, so I've always not eaten dairy, and I stopped that and I moved to healthier ice creams, so it was like really good. And then soft serve is obviously more sugar and more fat.
I can definitely taste the difference.
I know.
I think
So
Top is just like a healthier option. I eat dairy personally, but I still think it's delicious.
yeah, it's so good. Okay, do you want to taste?
I do taste.
Should we
I
see?
don't even know which one is which right now.
Okay, well we'll figure it out.
I think this one might be the Halo Top.
What do you see the difference? Yeah.
It's like a light, like nice flavor, and it has. I feel like there's a peanut butter taste.
Yeah, but it's not bad. Like it actually tastes like real ice cream. Yeah. Okay, how about the next one?
The soft serve.
Well, we know it's a soft serve.
It's definitely a lot sweeter. Maybe
Yeah.
Too sweet compared to the Halo Top.
Yeah. So what would you prefer?
I think, well, I personally try to be healthy these days, so I think I prefer the Halo Top.
Yeah.
It's still really yummy.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
it's healthier.
me too. Okay, now we learn about what shows we should be watching this spring. What do you have for us, Taylor?
Hey talkers, today I'm here with Sierra and Riley to discuss spring show premieres we're excited for.
Okay, so I want to talk about The Code. It premiered on CBS last night, so it's still really new. But
brand new.
Yeah, brand new. If you're a fan of NCIS though, it got just as many views as the premiere for NCIS did, which NCIS is now on its 16th or 17th season, which is crazy. But it stars Luke Mitchell, who was in The Neighbors, and he was in the old show H2O. I don't know if you guys saw that, but he's an Australian actor. I love him.
Of course.
So it's about Marines who are becoming attorneys. So they're kind of looking at like the legal side of war and like people who are in the military, so definitely check it out.
Yeah. I think it's really interesting because I really like action, you know? I really like action shows.
Yeah,
so.
it does. It has that and then like the drama side of like a military drama. So if you're into NCIS, I would definitely check it out.
Okay, all right. One show that I'm crazy about right now, it came out a couple weeks ago, I believe, is The Act on Hulu.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
The like real life story of Gypsy Rose Blanchard and like the abuse she suffered with her mother. Joey King stars in it. She's amazing.
She's so good.
It's like one of the best true crime like documentary type shows.
Did you
I've ever
guys
seen.
watch the documentary about the family?
I've done some research on it, but I haven't watched the documentary.
Okay, yeah, it's really interesting how they're portraying it as a drama, but taking the real stuff from the documentary.
Okay.
So just like watching the two and comparing them is really cool too.
I need to watch it because I keep seeing it scroll by on my Hulu. I was like, no, that looks upsetting. That looks upsetting.
I wouldn't recommend watching it like at night when it's dark.
It's definitely like that horror film,
right?
Like more like crime,
but it's very like suspenseful and just so like manipulative. It's really, really interesting and not too scary, but you know, maybe watch it with some company.
Right. Yeah. Well, back on like the horror like theme that I guess we have going on right now, Pretty Little Liars: The Perfectionist is on.
I read that book.
I didn't read the book. I watched Pretty Little Liars, the show. It's a spin-off, and our favorite characters, Allison and Mona, are back, and they're like lead, and they're like helping these 3 students like cover up this murder, like kind of.
Okay.
So it's like a spin-off of Pretty Little Liars. I know Pretty Little Liars was very successful. It was like 7 seasons, and like everyone was obsessed with it. And so far, it's been pretty good. Like it's kind of like almost the same thing.
I wonder if it'll have the same hype that Pretty Little Liars had.
Me too, honestly. But like the thing about it is, to me, it's kind of very similar to Pretty Little Liars. So like, I don't know if I'm gonna get tired of it because like I said, Pretty Little Liars was 7 seasons. So
Do you think you had to watch Pretty Little Liars first to understand the show?
I don't think so, honestly, because they kind of explain like their history a little bit. But like, if you want more context, I would go back and watch it.
Binge all 7 seasons.
Well, next up, we have our special guest. Don't go anywhere.
Hey ETalkers, today I'm here with Joe Henry Penrose, who will be telling us about WSOE. Hey Joe.
Hi.
So for those that don't know about WSOE, what exactly is it?
So it's this fantastic student-run radio station at Elon. We're 41 years old this year, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
We have 125 DJs and over 70 shows. So we're a huge organization. There's always a show going on. You can always tune into us on 89.3 FM, on our TuneIn app, on our own app, or even just ask Alexa, Google Home to play WSOE.
Really?
Yeah.
No kidding. And so how exactly did you get into WSOE?
So I always knew I wanted to be in college radio. I'm a huge music nerd, so that's great fun. And coming to Elon, it was one of the organizations that struck me as the most inclusive and welcoming. And from there, I've just been a part and taking different odd jobs, and now I'm the GM.
Awesome. And what you mentioned your favorite type of music. What is your favorite type of music?
I mean, it varies. A lot of electronic stuff, a lot of indie.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So do you like the festivals, like
Oh, of
festival culture, all that
course.
type of stuff? Who's your favorite DJ?
Oh, yeah. Goes deep. Maid of Oak is great right now. Nils Fram does great sets, yeah.
And I heard that you're doing a rebranding of WSOE. Is that correct?
Yeah, so we're trying to move more into a media organization type thing. Everything's moving to an on-demand content basis, so we're trying to bring more podcasts and more live videos and things like that.
And for students that might want to get involved with WSOE, how do you go about doing that?
Yeah, come down to the station. We'd love to chat. You can email us anytime at wsoe@elon.edu and look out for us at events.
And so what is it like being in charge of such a big organization? What is that like for you?
It's pretty daunting. I mean, I've got a lot of people counting on me to keep things going, and if something goes wrong, then we can be fined tens of thousands of dollars by the FCC. But it's exhilarating, and it's really empowering to get to make the changes that I want.
Yeah, of course. And would you have any goals? Like, where do you see this organization going in the future?
I would love to have everything be live and a live DJ at every hour of the day. And I'd really love for us to be one of those organizations that people come to Elon for and that they adore.
Awesome. And are there any events going on with WSOE in the near future that we should be aware
We've got some
of?
great ones coming up.
Awesome.
So we're going to be at College Coffee on Tuesday. We're going to be giving away 2 tickets to Melfest, which is a great bluegrass and country festival
In North Carolina?
in North Carolina, just outside of Asheville. We're going to be working with Moogfest coming up real soon, which is a great electronic music festival, some really, really weird stuff. And we're also working with Shakuri Hills, which is another great festival, giving away tickets to that.
Awesome. And do you have any favorites of your WSOE shows or radio stations?
Favorites? The Wave is always fantastic, of course. Mondays is great. Charles Petty Hour, everything that Brianna mentioned earlier. Really, anytime you tune in, there's going to be a great show. Mad Indie's fantastic as well. Just check our website, see the schedule, and tune in.
And do you have a personal favorite that you find yourself listening to the most, or no?
I am a huge fan of XXX and Untitled. Tom Coogan's, those are his shows. It's all the old executives of WSOE talking trash about the station and sharing their favorite music.
Awesome. And when do these shows normally air?
I think XXX is on Tuesdays from 3 to 4 p.m.
Awesome. And so what do you think, do you have any, like, what are your biggest stressors when it comes to being a manager of this big station, like you mentioned?
Biggest stresses. Just making sure everyone's trained and making sure that everyone feels comfortable in the studio enough to feel natural and feel empowered. And, just make sure that our technology is working the way that it should and Elon likes us.
Awesome. Thank you so much. That's all the time we have for this week. Thanks for tuning in to tonight's episode. Make sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram and Twitter. Until next time, this is ETalk.